Hey everybody, so finally getting around to really discussing people and discussing your taxes and things like that and stuff. And Renee had asked me about my tax system, and I made her this really great video, and I tried to post it to Facebook, and it wouldn't let me because it was too big. So I'm getting ready to wrap up my 2015 taxes. I'm getting ready to pull all those papers and get everything taken care of. And literally, ladies, it takes me about half an hour a month to really get my taxes together. And then at the end of the year, it takes me anywhere from maybe 30 minutes to an hour, just depending on how I have got everything situated. So last year, I transitioned from one system to the other. So last year, I used an app called Expensify, and it is a free app that you can get, and you take photos of your receipts, and then you are able to put them into a program and download them into a program, and then you're able to create reports each month. And that's how I did that. And I found that that was really becoming incredibly time consuming for me as far as taking the pictures were concerned and stuff like that. So I decided to adapt a little bit of a more simpler system for myself. Expensify really was created for people to submit expense reports to be reimbursed, and so it does require a little bit more work. But if that's great, that's fine. It worked for me for 2 years until I really just figured out that I wanted something a little bit more simple. So like I said, I am getting ready to take out 2015 to start 2016. So here is how I do it. So let me show you. Every year I make up one of these sheets, and this is all of my bills. So you can see right there what's going on. And this is a twofold reason. I was part of the whole Target debacle, and then I was part of the Home Depot debacle where my card numbers were compromised. Therefore, my debit cards had to be replaced. And there were multiple things that was going on where I was not realizing that I had payments that were coming directly out versus on that, and so I needed to make a list of things that I was paying for. So this helps me see that I'm paying my bills, how much I pay, when I paid them, so that I have a whole entire year at a glance. And you can see here that this was last year's, so that you got that there, and I will file that away with all of my taxes. The other thing that I started using, as I told you, I went from Expensify over to something that was a little bit more simpler for me, was that I actually started doing the monthly business expense worksheet. And I will upload 2 for you. There is one that I used. It was shared by a senior executive director with 31 Gifts. Her name is Melissa Feetsum, and I loved that one. However, it had some categories in it that really didn't work for me, and I felt like I wasn't categorizing my expenses as well as I had done in the past. So I made this one. This is works for my brain, and it might work for yours, or Melissa's might work for you. So I'm going to upload both of them so that way you can see that. So what I do is, let me carry my little camera over here so that you can see what's going on. So you can see I have my rectangle there, and it says bank and electronics. So in the back is all my charging cords, but I put all my receipts inside the front of that rectangle. And that is for the month only. What I do is I set an appointment on my calendar around the 10th or 11th of each month to do my receipts. It is a 30-minute process. If you do 30 minutes every month, you're not going to have a problem with this, ladies. So as you can see, every time I have a business receipt, I throw it into that rectangle. I keep it. When my appointment comes up with myself next month, then I will pull all those receipts out, and I will start laying them out on my desk. So I will put all of the like receipts together, the meal receipts, the travel receipts, the advertising receipts, the postage receipts, all of those things will be put together. And then at that time, I will go through and I will add them up, and then I will put that total over here on the expenses sheet that I'm going to share with you. And so technically, at the end of the year, you should have 12 of these sheets of paper. And then at the end of the year, you will take those 12 sheets of paper and you will add up the different categories. And guess what? you have your expenses for the end of the year. Super simple, very easy. There's also a place on here to track your mileage. So remember, you should have taken a picture of your odometer at the beginning of the year because you will need that for your tax purposes. So make sure that you're doing that. If you have not done that, write down your mileage, take a picture, do something like that for your starting log. I used to wait till the end of the year and then I would go through my entire mileage log and I would add all that up. Smarter is better. And so last year I started taking out the little sheets of paper each month and I started adding up the mileage per month, and there is a place to do that on this sheet. There's also a place here for you to track your income so that you can kind of find out, you know, where you're at as far as income is concerned. If you're concerned about taxes or, you know, owing or keeping enough money aside or anything like that, there's a place that you can kind of find out how much you've earned so that you can make sure that you're on track for either saving for the end of the year or that your quarterlies are being paid in properly or anything like that. So that is that's my tax system. It's super simple. 30 minutes a month, not a week, not anything like that. 30 minutes a month, and you can definitely make sure that you have your taxes in order. So come on over, Aiden, say hi real quickly. Come on. So I always have to do a video. Aiden always has to come over and say hello. So come on over, Aiden. Hi. So just make sure that you are keeping track of those expenses, and you can see that on the sheet that I add that some of the things that I have put on there. Feel free to add more. I did, you know, put some things in there, but like I said, feel free to add more, take things out, change it for you. But happy tax season for 2016.